What's going on, guys? So it's my first video. Uh, First video for YouTube. Let's clarify that. So my name's Tim. I'm a combat veteran. I found solace in reefing and find it to be quite therapeutic. 2 years ago this month, I was given my first tank by my mom. Shout out, mom. Love you. It was a 13 and a half gallon Evo, which gave me a piece of live rock and some sand, and off to the races I was. I went and got my first clownfish. It's actually the storm clownfish and the panda clownfish you see in a lot of videos. They're the OGs. 2 years old at this point and have cycled three tanks. I love them to death. They've done so well for me. I gave them their own carpet anemone, and they never leave it. So, as a matter of fact, let me see. Look, you can actually see the one laying down back there. So, it's still morning. Everyone's still waking up. The tanks don't kick on for about another 30 minutes. The reason for this first video is, one, to introduce myself. Two, I wanted to go over a little bit what the purpose of this channel is and what I'm trying to accomplish in starting this channel. First and foremost, the goal, the mission, is to see as many people have success in this hobby as possible. I want to see everyone that steps in or wants to step into this hobby have success. I also want to showcase that it does not need to be expensive. We can make it quite expensive through various gear and, coral that we add to our systems, but the reality is it doesn't need to be. Let me show you here. To kind of give you an example of what I mean by this is this system I traded a Red Sea Nano tank for. These are used sumps. They're water box sumps that I have married together and converted into, it's almost 80 gallon to 90 gallon sump setup now for the upper display here. I have this tank is a water box Infinifrag. I paid $500 for it. It was empty. Didn't come with anything except the sump. It came with the sump. It came with, I think it just came with the sump. Now that I think about it, it was tank, stand, sump. So, $500 though. This system came with some gear. It still came dry, empty, no livestock, but it did come with some gear. It came with, and if I remember correctly, I'm sorry, but memory isn't always the greatest. I think I paid $1,500 for this tank. And that was with the sump, it came with that UV. I've had really good luck with these UVs, guys. I'm sure people will freaking roast me in the comments saying they're garbage, but whatever. I've had good luck. I never refill this, so you can go ahead and ignore that piece of equipment. That is, it runs through that stuff so fast. I just deal with lower pH. Refugium. This is an Aqua Ready all-in-one reactor. I think they're $100. Skimmer I got used with the very first larger system I bought, which is that's the stand for it. It was a water box as well. It came full with some livestock and quite a bit of equipment, and I paid $800 for that while it was still up and running. So, the heaters came with this system, I guess. It's pretty basic. You don't need an Apex. I honestly don't even use the Apex. I just use it for the dose, and I don't even monitor really anything else with it. for the exception of the plug back there. And when I shut the tank off to do water maintenance, it shuts all the equipment that needs to shut off. But other than that, you can do that through what I have on this system. Same exact setup, except it does not have any kind of dose system or anything. I had a really cheap doser on here. I recently purchased the Blenny, and I used the Blenny to actually dose both of these systems. The pretty basic. So the way this one is set up is I have everything into a plug on the back side of it, except for the lights. And when I want to go do water change or whatever, I just turn that power strip off. Lights stay on so I can see and everything, and it just does its thing. Used equipment, not used. I was sent that by Aquaforest along with the Aquaforest skimmer. Red Sea skimmers used. All of this is used for the exception of the return pump I bought new, but that return pump I think is $120. Pretty inexpensive return pump. I actually have that return pump in every single system, and the big system over there has had it in there for 2 years and it's not failed yet. It actually was in this system when I started, and then I moved it to this system when I got this tank. So what else? Enough about the tanks. You've seen the coral. You see the coral on Instagram and TikTok and all that. But essentially, we're going to what I want to do on this channel is kind of show you how I keep reefing affordable. You know, I'm in my garage right now. Obviously, let's see the way I keep it affordable is used equipment, guys. I mean, I'm being completely honest with you. You can get used equipment at a fraction of what it's cost. I'm going to give you an example here. I got 4 Octopulse 4s with the controllers. And this is one of them here. And they were all shot. The wiring on them was shot. So what I did is I resheathed all of the pumps. So now that they're waterproof again, and they look good. So another thing I did is I created new covers. I didn't like the flow pattern that was coming out of those, so luckily 3D printer. I also have a laser machine. I was able to do all that myself. All right, close out the video with a little blue light action. I'm going to feed the tanks. Let's do it. All right. So I actually make all my own food, and it's usually frozen pucks that I throw in that I make, but I actually had some left and didn't feel like making or freezing it. So I have some in a container here. Setting you down. All right. If you could smell it. But thanks, love it. This tank's always ready to eat. That copper band, I feel like, has a tapeworm. It's always eating. Huh? Alright. Well, got one more tank to feed, actually. The end tank over here is a little project tank of mine. I'm using it's actually a freshwater flue ball light on it, but it's housing quite the copepod, amphipod, brittle star population that I've just been feeding Fido, and seems to be doing good.
I also try to feed it frozen mysis at least twice a week.
I don't just so you guys could see it actually. Kind of an interesting take, but snails, pulsing zinnia. In the mornings, you can see all the light floating around. You can look at that sponge back there and kind of see some amphipods. Saw a brittle star putting his leg out right there. Some bristleworms. See a little bristleworm right there. Up. Well, something I got going on. Oh, look at that bristleworm. Crikey, mate. If you can see. And it just has a hang on back filter. And then just like a bubble sponge. You typically see those in like freshwater systems. This is actually was a freshwater setup. That's why it's freshwater light. So, see how it goes. Anyway. And he's finishing up eating. Either way, thanks for watching. We'll do it again. Peace.